Why is end-of-life care such a hot issue now?
We are dying in ways that the human species has never died before. In a relatively short period of time, a few decades, about 50 or 60 years, the way in which humans die has been transformed. We used to die from acute infectious diseases or injuries, and in ways over which we had very little control. But modern medicine has changed that, and now, in the developed world in particular, we are living longer, but it's a Faustian deal. We're living longer, but with long chronic illnesses that progress, and during which we become more frail. And the kinds of technologies that have enabled us to live longer also present very difficult choices about how best to use them. They've been called halfway technologies because they can't always restore us to where we'd like to be, but they can keep us going. And so that raises all kinds of questions about how to use them so that we benefit from them in all the ways that we want to, and they certainly do bring us enormous benefit. But it also requires really careful reflection about when the burdens may not be worth the benefits.
So is this basically a question of we have all these technologies at our disposal now so we can keep people alive longer than we ever could before? So there's obviously the ethical dimension there. There's the question of, should people stay alive when they're in horrible conditions in some case? Is it at that level, or is this also a financial question, a financial issue?
Things exist both at the individual and family level and at the societal level. As a society, we've had to come up with a sort of framework to guide us about what's ethically and legally permissible. And that's something that has evolved over about 25 years. The Hastings Center's been involved in creating that framework, and there's been many, many court cases. So we've had a societal framework for doing this, but then it has to get played out at the family level. In the United States, we've given enormous discretion to individuals to make these decisions. We believe that we should be self-determining, we should have a lot of opportunity for choice. But in the aggregate, all of the way in which we've built the system and giving all that choice hasn't really been designed in ways that necessarily think about our common good. And that's where the financial picture may come in, because if we have designed a healthcare system that is mainly focused on providing highly technical, highly specialized care to patients without any guidance about how to make the best use of that, and we've put much less emphasis on lower tech, more high touch, if you want, more labor intensive, that might be actually better for all of us in the long run and maybe even have an impact on cost. We haven't designed that system yet. So there's an interplay between the freedoms that we want to have to make our own destiny and how to design a system that is really in our best interests and also takes cost into account.